Yo, it's Uno Strong. I'm just dropping in for a second for the people that got time to listen. I'm not gonna hold you long at all. I just want to tell you about my day and what I learned today, and I feel like this can be used for somebody else in their time of need. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to my group, the Vibe Tribe. Because my day consisted around them and doing things with them. So these lessons was learned upon them, around them, or whatever. Well, anyways, keep going is our song, and that's something that a phrase that we've been going by for at least a year now. But we've heard it all of our life, but it's a different meaning in it for me now, and I'm sure they can say the same. But on with what I came to really talk about. Just so, like I said, I ain't holding y'all long. But if you got time to listen, though, I mean, I'm not really that comfortable around cameras yet, but obviously this is how we got to get messages across today. So just bear with me, please. I went over my best friend, my bro. Y'all wouldn't understand why I call her bro, but if you hung around her, you'll understand. I went over for a seafood boil, and it was nothing but women around. She got steps, a lot of them. So I was faced with a challenge, basically. I've mastered going down the steps, but I haven't yet mastered going up the steps in my wheelchair. So in that moment, I just had one of those moments where I didn't know if my being in the wheelchair was an inconvenience for them or if it was for me. And I want to say it was the second one because automatically I was hard on myself. I thought about what happened to me. I thought about what was in front of me, looking at these steps, not understanding who was with me. If y'all heard me. The women couldn't get me up at that moment. We all tired, and I don't want to put that much pressure on women anyway, so I guess I get my ego kick in where I don't really want to ask for help. But in that moment, that was a test because just the other day I told somebody, I said, I make this wheelchair stuff look easy. I kept saying, God put me in this wheelchair, not for me, but he put me in a wheelchair for somebody else. And when you speak something, you gotta really mean that. And in that moment, my wheelchair they couldn't pick me and my wheelchair up, so we already heard, so I gotta do it. And I grabbed onto the rails, and I just pulled myself up like a rope. And even while I'm doing it, I'm not even understanding my strength or who was with me because I was thinking about who was against me in that moment. And I guess my message right now is don't never be hard on yourself. Like, it can be done. Like, I don't care what it is. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. All you got to do is believe it. Just believe it. It might not happen right then and there. It might not happen the next day. It might not happen in 5 years. I've been in this chair 5 years. I'm still not walking. But I'm perfectly okay with that because I'm learning how to do things in different ways because I'm not the same no more. And that's inner and outer. I'm not the same no more, so I got a different story. So I'm learning and I'm getting the real feel of it. So when I tell my people about it, they can get the feel of it as well. People that are in wheelchairs as well, like myself, because as I said, God didn't put me in this chair for me. He knew I could, He knew I could take this. I could endure this. But I had to really go through it, grow through it. Like, them steps is going to always be there. But am I going to allow that to be the excuse for me not to do what I want to do? What God called me to do? I can't allow that to be the excuse because there's no elevator to success. In that moment, I had to check myself where I wasn't mad at them. I was mad at my situation, just like really just not over it because I got more life to live, but it was just, I'm reminded what happened to me. I'm reminded being on that ground. I'm reminded the hurt that my mother felt. I'm reminded, to some people that I may have been a burden to. I'm reminded of all of those things in that moment where I didn't allow myself to think clear. I didn't allow God to fight my battle. I wanted to fight it myself and just be angry. And that doesn't make it better because you still going to be in the same position after you get out of being angry. So in that moment, I'm just thankful that I still got my mind. I lost my legs, but I still got my vision. I still got my ears. I still got my strength. I still got my mind, though, to tell me that that's just my negative thoughts. That's the devil. And you can do is, no matter how you got to get there, you get there. And that's what my mind automatically thought. Even during that moment, in that second, I was thinking that I was allowing this man to contradict my move, which I came there for my friends. So I'm gonna come here and kick it with my friends. Ain't nothing stopping me from kicking it with my friends, And that's where I was with it. But it was a down moment for me, but it ended up turning out to be a up. It was a down moment, I wanted to, soak in my own tears at that moment. But it was something greater that came out of he that told me these steps ain't bigger than you. You bigger than these steps. You stronger than these steps. And these steps is going to be here, so you better get used to them. No. As I said, I wasn't going to hold y'all long. I'm Uno Strong. And if you thinking about giving up, if you think that thing in front of you and your opponent is bigger than you, stronger than you thinking wrong. He ain't ready. He ain't ready. You prepare for everything that's coming. Good days, bad day. Get ready. I love you, man. Uno Strong.